Hare. Okay. I won't take this much long. Maybe maximum 1 hour I'll take in order to tell these things. So I'm starting the session. Yeah. After starting the session, I want to start this with this book. What is this? This is The Atomic Habit by James Clear. This book is a lifesaver. This book is a lifesaver for someone who wants to build their self to become something greater. So this book tells you a lot of things. And out of them, I have just taken very small part, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So the number 1, this is the automaticity. For example, let's say you want to build a habit. Okay. You do it for 2 days, and then on the third day you miss it due to some reason. Maybe you got sick, and on the next day you don't feel like doing it, and then it fades away. Have this happened for you? It has happened to me 1,000 times. You start something to do, and then suddenly after some time it gets faded away, and then you will not do it again. Some students start writing daily biology essays, right? You write it for like, if you have good motivation, then you will write it for 5 days, 6 days, and then you will miss 1 or 2 days, and then on the 8th day you will write again, and then 3 days you will miss, and then suddenly it's gone. Raise your hands if this has happened to you, not only with biology essays but something else. Where you want consistency, this won't happen to you. Raise your hands if this has happened to you at least once in your lifetime. Okay. 19 and 20 students have raised their hands. I know others also have faced this, more than 20. Maybe everyone has faced this kind of situation, right? So this book tells you, if you want to build a habit, you call this the habit line. Okay, now raise your hands if you need motivation to brush your teeth in the morning. You need to watch a motivation video to brush your teeth in the morning and start your day. Raise your hands if you have something like that. No one. Why is that? What's the reason for that? To brush your teeth, you don't need motivation. You just need to wake up. Automatically, your body is going to brush teeth. Right? It happens. It's normal, and you can't even start the day without brushing your teeth. You will feel so bad, and it's not good. So how to build your habits to that level? Like automatically it happens. How to make that happen? So this is what this book tells you. There are 3 phases actually. So point C is going to be above. Right? Point C is going to be above. Right? Point number A, when you start a habit, the automaticity will increase like this. So this is the habit line. Once you cross the habit line, that becomes a habit. That becomes a habit means that automatically happens. So you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. No one needs to tell you, like mother don't need to wake you up and tell you to brush your teeth, right? You're doing it on your own. So writing biology essays should be like that. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you drink your milk, then you come to your desk, you sit, and then you take the essay and then you write it. No need motivation. You just take it out and write. Right? You have to do it for 21 days. Just 3 weeks. You have to do it consistently for 21 days. Once you do that, 22nd day onwards, you will start to feel something. You will start to feel it's automatically happening to you. This 21 days is very crucial. And you need a lot of effort. Look at point A. Needs effort. A lot of effort you need in order to start building a habit. Right? So once it continues, right? Once this continues, once you start crossing the habit line, then things will become easier. I will mark this as 21 days. After 21 days, life becomes easier, and that habit can be built up. Second one, miss once, but not twice. You can miss something once. Let's say you're continuing writing bio essays. Maybe you miss one day because, there is a certain class in the morning, so you couldn't write it. Afternoon time also you can't because you might get sick or something, right? Due to some reason, due to some issue, you might miss it. But don't miss on the second day. And also don't write 2 essays on the next day. Don't do that. If you miss one day, let's say you miss one day and next day you will be like, I will write 2 essays. Don't do that. Do that only if you have proper motivation to do that. But I want you to continue your work from the next day onwards. Try to maintain your consistency. Don't focus on lost work. Don't focus on lost work. Maintain your plan and go forward. Now, let's say you put out to do the 2024 MCQ of chemistry today, and you couldn't do it for some reason, right? You couldn't do it for some reason. Now, tomorrow's work is there, right? So, tomorrow's work, you complete it fully, and then if you have time, then do the remaining work which you couldn't do it today. And you should not do it tomorrow, bunking all the tomorrow's work. That is the result of procrastination. You guys have some missed recordings and everything. You watch those things first without doing tomorrow's work properly. You watch those things first. And then suddenly what happens? Tomorrow's work is also gone. So don't do that. Maintain a plan such that you're going to continue the plan no matter what. You can't break this plan. You can't break your consistency, right? Your consistency should be there until then, right? So the third one is the Goldilocks rule. This is very important in order to build habits. This 21 days becomes so easy if you understand the Goldilocks rule, right? So what does this tell? Now let's say you're an S-level student. Right? This is the best example I can give you. You're an S-level student. You basically know some ideas regarding Unit 1, Unit 2, and some inorganic points, and here and there, you know some certain points. If you do equilibrium tomorrow onwards, you will fail that, definitely. You're going on to the hardest unit of the syllabus. You're going for the hardest unit of the syllabus. Let's say you hate organic. So you're doing organic from tomorrow every day consistently. It's going to be so hard for you. Right? It's going to be so hard for you. If you're an S-level student, if you want to build consistency, what you should do is focus on what you can do first. Focus on what is easy for you, right? Not too easy. No, don't be too easy, okay? Don't do Unit 1 like who made the plum pudding model. But then it becomes this side. It becomes boredom, right? When you do too easy things, it becomes boredom. When you do very hard things, it will be a failure, right? When you do too easy things, you will finish that work early and it will be boring after that, right? It doesn't work, and actually it's not improving your skills. So doing something very hard is also bad. So you have to do something in middle, which matches with your skills. You have to do something which matches with your skills. So let's say you are going for a paper class. The paper is so hard, the top rank student only gets 60 marks. 50 marks, 60 marks only that person gets. So you will feel demotivated by that because the paper is too hard. No matter how much you study, how much you do things, you can't write that paper. You're only getting 20 marks, 30 marks. Right? There are some paper classes like that, especially physics, right? There are very hard paper classes, right? You can't even turn with that class. So even the top scoring student also scores 65, 70, and 60s, which is so hard. So that becomes failures. Those kind of papers become failures. So you have to go in this middle zone where things are leveled up with you. Have you ever fallen into that, what do you call that? Golden zone. Golden zone kyanne flow state. You call that flow state. What do you call that? Flow state. Flow state kyanne, you are focused on that. You have a dead focus on what you're doing, right? You call that dead focus on what you're doing. Have you ever had a dead focus on a paper? While doing a paper, you had a dead focus on it, especially during O-levels, maybe some subject which you like and your skills are matching with the paper, and then suddenly you are in a flow state. Do you have such kind of experience? Where you are locked into your paper. You're locked into your paper. Your mind doesn't go anywhere. You're locked into it. Right? Do you have such kind of experience? Because I had this in my chemistry paper during A-levels. I had a dead focus locked onto the paper. My brain didn't go anywhere from start to end. And I managed to score 46 MCQs in that MCQ paper. That is the flow state. Right? That is flow state. I didn't have this in the physics paper. I didn't have this in the physics paper at all. So... Oh, my voice is not clear. Oh my God. I think. Okay, how about now? Now clear? Clear, right? Okay, right. So you have to have a paper which matches with your skills. Then only it will be so easy to do, and you will go into the flow state. right? This happens not only in studies, but also in sports, right? So Michael Jordan and everyone and Ronaldo, and then they will go into a flow state where they will score maximum amount of goals and right during that match, right? Even cricketers, right? Some cricketers like Rohit Sharma and all scored 265 marks against Sri Lanka one day, like I can remember. That is the flow state. And Maxwell, if you are watching cricket, Maxwell against Afghanistan, like Australia was down like 60s for like 7 or 8 wickets, and then he managed to score the full match by alone, like playing alone. He only played, right? So these kind of things happen, right? These kind of things happen when the bowling attack of the other team becomes equal to your skill level. You go into this flow state. So your work, you have to select like that. You have to select work like this during the first 21 days, such that the things become easy, right? Such that the things become easy. Does my voice sound like a radio or anyone else? I thought I'm speaking with a laptop microphone, but no, I was clear, right? I think Afla, I think it's a problem with your device or something. All others are telling it's clear. Hurry. So these are the three. After this, I want to go into the plan. Now I want to give you a little bit of a plan for people who don't have anything to do. So there are a lot of things like this in that book. After your A levels, you can read this. It's so like it's opening your eyes so much when you read this book, right? Okay. So this is the thing. So I sent a photo in 2026 Arkim group where I have marked all the days remaining and the day of the calendar, right? I have sent like the written one is the day of the calendar, and then the top part is the number of days remaining. So 139 is today, right? There are 139 days remaining, including today. Including today, there are 139 days. එතකොට මේ 139යි තියෙන්නේ, right? Only 139 days, and there are actually 20 weeks. 20 weeks. So August 10th falls on Monday, I guess. So actually there are 20 weeks, right? There are 20 weeks remaining. If we remove 1 week, for the last week, because last week we have to do a special program for that before the exam, right? So let's say 19 weeks remaining, right? This is all you have. This is all you have, right? This is all you have. So within this 19 weeks, you have to do something very revolutionizing. If you're at a level of F, if you're at a F, you can take it to a C. If you're at a S, you can take it to a B. If you're at a C, you can take it to an A. Trust me, you can do this. F එක C එකට දාන්න with normal average work, you can do that. But if you want to go from F to B, you will have to do a lot of work. Hari, F to A, you have to do a lot of work, right? So it takes a lot of effort to do this kind of thing. So your average goal, you can reach the C by doing the normal work, right? And focusing on the easy sections, you can go for a C. Especially chemistry and all, it's manageable, right? So my idea is now the week number 1. Now this week is week number 1, right? So this week is week number 1. This week now we have spent around 3 days. Now today's Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is available. I want you to do the MCQ 2013, right? I want you to do the 2013 MCQ paper this week, right? Now you might be wondering now, in the paper there are 50 MCQs, okay? Now there are units which I don't know. What should I do for them? There are things which I haven't learned. What about them? Okay. I want you to take a CR book, not now actually. Within this week, you can take it, 200-page CR book or something, and then name it the MCQ book, right? The MCQ book. So in the MCQ book, you start off with the 2013. Let's say 2013, you write the topic and you start, right? MCQ number 1, right? MCQ number 1. And then here you write the method. If it's a calculation question, you can write the method, right? And then here you write the answer. You write the answer, right? The answer for the question. And this side, you can mark it correct or wrong, right? Correct or wrong. If you don't know, put a question mark, right? Correct, wrong, question mark. So you mark the answer, then you check to the marking scheme, and then you mark yourself. If it's correct, then put correct. If it's wrong, then make sure you review it later, right? After finishing the paper, review it. So if you don't know, put a question mark, right? So you continue this for the all all the 50 questions you do this. So this is the first round of past papers. This is the first round of past papers who haven't done past papers. Huh? This is for someone who haven't done past papers for the first time you're doing. So this is the first round of past papers. So you do it and you leave the questions which you don't know. Like there are units which you haven't covered. So you have to skip them and go. Right, this is the first round. So we are coming back again later. We are coming back again later. So once you come back again later, then you can do those questions for the second round. So this is the first round MCQs. Right, you do this until the 50th question. So let's say this is a statement type question. You can write the review here. Right, you can write the review here. You can start writing the review here. Short review. Don't write big sentences. Right. So short review for yourself and. You maintain this book for every year, right? For every year, you maintain this 2013 to 2025, you can do. Also, maintain another book called the MCQ Point Bank. How do you call this? The Point Bank book. Right, the point bank. Point bank when you do questions like this, you will find points which are very important. For example, you will find out, okay, what are the 3 gelatinous white precipitates in the syllabus? Zinc hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and aluminum hydroxide. So this point, if you didn't know it and you knew it by doing a question or during a class, you write it in that point book. You write it in that point book, right? Carbon monoxide is toxic. Right, it's a killer, right? So carbon monoxide is a killer, so it's a very toxic gas. So if you find that point and if you didn't know it, you write it there, right? And also carbon monoxide is a neutral gas. So points, some inorganic points, you need 2 points, you need 3 points. Don't write big theories, huh? Don't write big theories in the point book. What I tell is, if you find the small snippets like points, you write it there. Right, you write it in the point bank. So maintain these 2 books. So week number 1, I wanted to do the 2013 paper. So this week, 2013 MCQ paper. Right, 2013 MCQ paper. And then next week you have the time to do 2 years actually. So week number 2. Week number 1, 2013. So next week number 2, 2014 and 15. And then week number 3, 2016, 17. Week number 4, 2018, 19. Right? Week number 5, 20 and 21. Week number 6, 2022 and 2023. So how are you doing 2 essays now? 2 MCQ papers, how are you doing within 1 week? Now, guys, you can't do all the 50 questions, right? All the 50 questions you can't do. So you will definitely leave PH questions and everything. You will leave industrial, some environmental questions. You will leave and go. Right? So you will have time to manage 2 MCQ papers within 1 week because you are doing only the questions which you can do. So 2 MCQ papers per week is manageable and can do, right? So 6th week, 7th week, 2024. Don't do the 2025 paper yet. Leave it. Like keep it for the last week. I told you 19 weeks and the last week we have a special plan, right? So leave the 2025 paper for the end, right? I wanted to leave a 2025 paper and a selected model paper. I'll send you that once the provincial papers are out. I'll send you 1 provincial paper, which you can leave it as a practice before going to the exam. The day before going to the exam, you time it exactly at the time they are giving you the paper. Let's say 8 a.m. They're giving the paper at 8 a.m., right? So at 8 a.m. you write that paper. Exactly. On the previous day. Exam conditions, you stay at home, you lock down yourself onto the sheet and then you take that bubble sheet. I'll send you a bubble sheet also. You can take a printout of that and then you can write it just like the exam. Just like the exam, you can write and then you mark yourselves. So, and then you review that paper. Right, exactly like A-levels. So leave the 2025 paper. If you want, you can leave the 2024 paper also. The mama I left 2, right? I left the 2023 and 2022 papers when I was doing A-levels, right? In 2024, I left 2022 and 2023. So එතකොට මේ ඒ වගේ දෙකක් පුළුවන් නම් තියාගන්න. One is fine. So I'll put 2024 here. If you want, you can leave 2 papers for the end. At the end, like it's a new paper. So if you haven't done it, it's a new paper for you. Right, so you will have a fresh thing at the most closest thing to the 2026 paper, right? The closest thing to the 2026 paper is the past papers, right? So the modern latest past paper you have to do and go to the exam, So that's what you do. So you leave one paper. Okay, so the 7th week you do 2024 paper. By this time you will have done a lot of theories in the revision class as well as in whatever your class you're going, you will have done a lot. So by this time you can do a lot of MCQs. So you will settle down to one MCQ paper, right? Okay, then after that, week number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. What you do in these days? So these are the times where you time yourself and write papers. So one round of past papers done, right? One round of past papers done. So these times you have to do model papers and past papers, right? Model papers and past papers by timing yourself. Right, the best option is to go for a paper class, right? The best option is now itself if you're going, it's so good, right? But from this point onwards you definitely have to do timed papers by this time from 8th week onwards, and this is the time where we start the final paper series. So those are full papers, 50 MCQs are there. Full papers can not everything is included, equilibrium and all we are managing them because in the revision class we haven't done it. So likewise you have to do full papers by timing yourself. So this might be the second round of past papers for weak students, right? Let's say S-level student, you have done one round of past papers and still you don't remember the questions. So you do it again by timing yourself. So that one you can adjust. If you are a B-level student, then you can do model papers, right? You can go for a paper class or whatever it is, provincial papers. There are like a lot of papers are there. So you can manage such papers in these weeks. You have to build it according to your strength, right? According to your strength. Okay. So these are the MCQs papers which you have to do. Then the structured essay papers. Past paper, structured essay, this is the order which you have to do. Now, first structured essay and second structured essay. That's the general chemistry and the inorganic ones. So you can do them in these 3 weeks, right? Week number 1, 2, 3, you can do these things. Structured essay 1 and 2, right? I am encouraging you to do structured essays at least from 2016 to 25. You can do previous ones, good, right? 2016 to 2025, there are 10 questions, right? There are 10 questions. So structure is number 1 and structure is number 2. I want you to do both. So there are 10 questions. And also atomic spectrums are targeted for the first structured essay. It's just a guess, not sure, but still atomic spectrums are not asked for some time. So therefore make sure you revise that and go for the first structured essay question. So 10 questions are there. I wanted to do 20 structured essay questions within these 3 weeks. So there are 10 years are there. So 10 into 2, 20 structured essay questions. Then after that, in the 4th week, now I'm going this with the revision class. Revision class again with it. 4th one, there are 4th week we are doing inorganic essay question. Inorganic essay question is just like 2 structured essay questions. We can 15 minutes, 50 minutes, 30 minutes. So one essay question is like 2 structured essay questions. So 9th essay question you are doing in this week. And then on the 5th week also you're doing that. You're focusing on chemical calculation, titration question, as well as the inorganic question there in the 9th question, 2016 to 25. Then after that, the 6th week, right? After that, the 6th week, you're doing the 4th one. 4th structured essay question, that's the organic one. By this time, we will have completed isomerism and the reactions and mechanisms. So by this time, you will have a nice shot at the structured essay question. So 4th structured essay question you can start. Maybe it's 6 or 7. You can decide according to the pace of the revision class. If you have completed isomerism and reactions by this time, we can do the 4th structured essay question, or you can adjust according to what we have done, right? Right. So the 4th one we can do in the 6th week and 7th week, you can do like that. So the 8th week, you can settle down for these ones. And also, if you have remaining 9th essay questions, you can do. So I'll give this as a buffer time. Buffer time kyanne, if you have missed work or something, you can complete it and you can analyze your mistakes and stuff in this week. So it's like an interval, not an interval actually. It's like, trying to reset yourself. And then if you have missed work, you can do it on these days, right? So then after that, the 9th week and 10th week, you're doing the 3rd structured essay question. right? Third structure essay question. Now you might have doubts. Now a third structure essay comes from physical chemistry, right? So there are equilibrium also, there is KSP, like there's pH, and there is energetics also, there is gases. I don't know which one will come. So in these 10 years, there might be equilibrium questions. Yes, there can be. But I want you to do the units which you have done. Energetics question, do it. Gases question, do it. And phase equilibrium, we are doing next month. So if you have phase equilibrium question, do it, right? So kinetics also, we are starting next month. Kinetics, now by this time, by the 9th week, we have like, March is over, April, May, maybe beginning of June, right? Beginning of June, we will have completed kinetics and also phase equilibrium and KSP we might have completed by this time. So you will have a nice shot at the structure of this equation except for pH and all. So that's the thing, right? Third structure is equation you can do in the 9th and 10th week. Then 11, 12, 11, 12 and 13. 11, 12 and 13, by this time electrochemistry will be complete. By the seminar, maybe before that we'll complete it, right? Electrochemistry, ligands and D block. That's the 7th essay question, right? D block is given free to you. YouTube is there freely. Essay question discussions also I'll do it for D block. And also the 7th essay question contains the ligands section. So if you join the electrochemistry seminar, ligands is freely given for you, so the UT pack contains the ligands one also. Ligands and nomenclature both are there. So electrochemistry, ligands, D block. So these three are the 7th essay question, 11, 12 and 13, right? I wanted to do them. At least last 10 years, you have to get some practice with that. Then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? 14 and 15, you can do the 5th essay question. That's the physical chemistry essay question, right? 5th essay question, 14 and 15. Then 16 and 17, you can do the 6th essay question, right? 6th essay question on the 16th and 17th week. And then the final 2 weeks, if you are going to write the industrial essay question, practice the industrial essay question during the last 2 weeks. That's the 10th essay question. You're practicing that during the last 2 weeks. Now, where's the organic one? Now, organic one, you can fit in time. Now, organic essay question, it's not taking much time. The organic essay question is not taking much time like these essays. So organic, sometimes it's so easy, the conversions are all so easy. So organic one, you can settle down somewhere in between all the times where you find yourself free. So organic ones, you can complete it as a, as a parallel plan. You can continue that until then, right? Organic essay question, right? So this is the plan I wanted to give you. Make a lazy nah. This is not easy to do. I know that this is not easy to do, but if you complete this, guaranteed you will go from F to C by completing the now theory. Also, you have to complete in theory wise. You have to complete and do questions. And if you go like that by doing this plan, I think you can get a B. F to B is possible if you do this correctly. F to B is possible if you do this correctly. F to A is very hard, but you can do it, right? It's very hard, but you can do it. F එකේ ඉන්න මනුස්සයාට අමාරුයි ළමයි. අර ඔළුව හැදෙන්නේ නැතුව F එකේ ඒකට ගන්න අමාරුයි. Like that person is, very tensed and he can't sit in one place and study. He's getting deviated. He's using Instagram, Facebook and everything. First තේව අයින් කරන්න. දැන් නම් ඔය මගුල් තියාගන්න එපා. You can't have your Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and everything in your phone. Your phone usage should be reduced to less than 2 hours per day. Other than the class time, right? Class time, other than the class time, your screen time should be less than 2 hours. If you can maintain that during this time period until the exam, I think you're good to go, right? You're good to go and your focus will increase. So when you reduce your screen time, your focus will increase. So this is something which I did during my A-levels. I turned off my phone in the morning and turned it on in the afternoon. So all day long, I didn't use my phone. This gives you the fresh focus. Focus. So this is how you reach that flow state, right? So you don't use the phone, right? You don't use the phone much, and then you don't look into screens much. You study, and then you have some breaks in middle, so drink a lot of water. So a lot of things are there. Good sleep also needed. One more thing, don't sleep less. Don't sleep 4 hours, 3 hours. Don't some people sleeping for 2 hours, then again waking up, again studying, again sleeping 2 hours. Likewise, they are taking this breaking sleep. Don't do this also. This is also bad for your health as well as your daytime is ruined if you do this. Don't do this. Get a nice 5 to 6 hours sleep. Some people 5 hours is fine. Some people 6 hours is fine. For me personally, I like 6 hours. 6 hours sleep is the best. Not too much, not too less. So in middle, right? Nowadays I sleep around 7 hours because I don't have A-levels. So in future I might adjust to that. Maybe less than that even, because with the classes and university work, it's hard to function like that. So I will have to sleep like you. For now I'm not. I'm just sleeping 7 to 8 hours. But you can adjust to 6 hours. You can adjust to 6 hours. It's the perfect time for you to get a nice rest at night. And then afternoon, you can have a power nap. Power nap can you sleep for around 20 minutes, 25 minutes, right, in the afternoon. If you feel so sleepy and you can't study, you sleep. Don't use your phone. Now, Mihai, if you can't study, right, you try so hard, you walk and study, still you're falling asleep, right? If you still falling asleep like that, then sleep. Just sleep. Hurry, sleep and then wake up and then study. Then you won't feel sleepy. Like when I get so sleepy while studying, I sleep. And then you wake up and then you study again. That's how you do it, right? So focus on these kind of things during the last 4 months. MCQ reviewing is very important when it comes to chemistry and biology and physics, everything. Like mathematics doesn't have MCQs. I don't know about maths, however, I'm talking about the my biology students because I was a biology student. So maths, I don't know much. So physics and chemistry and biology, everything, MCQ reviewing is very important. And also physics and all structured essays, focus on them. They are nice marks because those points are repeating every year, same thing repeated. So make sure you do them correctly and watch videos and do questions as much as possible, underline the points which are important and revise them. So that's the method of doing physics well in the structured essay wise, right? Structured essays are very important to score good amount of marks. MCQs also, you have to score more than 40 in the A-level paper. Definitely have to take more than 40 if you want an A. 35 අරගෙන A ගන්න කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා, but it's hard. So 40 plus is a secure A if you write the essay well, right? Okay, so those are the things I wanted to tell you. I didn't want to take this more than 1 hour. So any questions, any doubts, anything you want to ask? I'll give you 2 minutes. What do you think is the best method to study productively? You study 20 minutes, you have a 5 minutes break. No. You study 20 minutes. You take 5 minutes to revise what you studied in the 20 minutes, and then you take a 5 minutes break. Continue this. Do this, Ilyu. When you're studying, do this. And you can't do this while doing a paper, of course. When you're doing a paper, you do the paper and then you revise it accordingly. Reading short notes, that's not working. So you have to go with these questions. Question-wise revising is what you have to do, not just reading. It's not like, you're studying the electronic activity in a bond system and then you close the book and sleep. No, not like that. You have to do questions from that theory point. Right? Every theory point has a question. For example, Unit 3 limiting reagent question. Every year they're asking that. Quantum numbers question. Every year they're asking that. And by the way, I have quantum numbers free video in YouTube. You can watch that if you want. So likewise, there are different sections which they're asking questions every year. So do those questions. Right? Do those questions and you do the theory, you study the theory and then you do the question and then you complete that point like that. Through questions only you have to do theory parts. So at this point, is going to school every day worth it? That depends on your school, actually. If your school teachers and if they do practicals these days, then go. Okay, go. Because in our school back then, we did practicals. At the end, we went, not much, but during the important days, we went. So, can't do titration questions. Okay, that depends on the effort which you give, Sikra. I'll talk to you after the class. Should we review MCQs too? Sir, from the MCQ, enough, right? Mehemai, if you are good at this is for a S level, C level student. If you are good at this, you can go from 2000 onwards. If you have done these papers enough, then you can go from 2000 onwards. The more questions you do, the more good it is. I can't tell you okay 2013 only, but you can do previous questions also if you want. Hari 2012 karan 11, 10, 9 or karan naulak na, no issues with that. Right? If you have questions and if you have reviews, answers and everything, you can do it. Anything else? Biology thing. Wait. I'll explain the structure of the paper during the organic class, Vishmi. This method is useful for biology. Now, biology past papers are avulak thena ne. Biology wala me past papers you can do only from 2019, right? So biology is a separate approach. I'll tell about biology. A lot of people are asking about biology. Is it hard to get much Z score? Because still I don't have an idea about the Z score. Okay, I have to talk about the Z score and biology. Anything else? I have to finish this before 7:30. So quickly, if you have anything, ask. Physics. Physics, what now? Physics, now, what do you want to know about it? Okay. If we need studying or revising a part before questions, what do I do? Study or go to the... If we need to study or revising a part before questions, what do I do? Study or go to that question? This is the thing. You find a question, let's say they're asking a question related to bond length variation. Let's say they're asking, may write the increasing order of bond length thing following, right? So that's an MCQ. So what you do? You can't answer that question. You go to that theory. You start reading the note. You try some example questions from that. And then you come back to the question and then you do it. That's for chemistry, right? For biology, you see an MCQ. You don't know that theory section, so you go to the resource book where that theory section is there. You study that, you write a review for it, and then you go back to the question, right? Sorry, you go to that question, you write a review for it, and then understand that question, right? There's an understanding process going on. So biology is like a story, actually. I have done till unit 2. How can I cover the syllabus is only practicing past papers and learning theory from them is easy. Now, with the time remaining, this is the perfect way to cover things, right? With the time remaining, this is the perfect way to cover everything. Average self-study hours. These days, you have to go for 12 hours. Minimum 12 hours. Minimum 12 hours, including class time. How to complete chemistry practicals. Chemistry practical wise, the majority of practicals are there in kinetics. Kinetics, there are 3 practicals. We are doing that in the class. And then unit number 4 practicals we did actually in the class. In the theory section, we did it. That upward displacement of downward displacement of water, that may practical thing we did in the class. So other than that, energetics, we have a practical, so we have to calculate the enthalpy change. So that is, we have that also we have done in the class. During theory, we have done it. So there's no much things to do. Like practical magila karanna deyan, I have given you like plastic calorimeter, what are the qualities of it. That's the only thing which you need to know. So other than that, kinetics, you have a set of practicals to do. We have 3 practicals in kinetics to do. That's very important. Iodometric thing, clock experiment and all. Unit 3 also we had 2 practicals, potassium permanganate practical and iodometric titration. Electron gain and electron affinity, I will send you the recording. Akif, how many subjects have you studied there? 2 subjects per day works well. Is there any effective method to score in physics like the method you also can? Is there any effective method? Okay. Effective method for physics. Physics also same thing. Questions, theory. So let's say capacitors. Capacitors, they are going to ask every year, right? I can't remember also now. It's been a long time since I did physics. Every year they're asking capacitors, right? So that capacitor question, you look into it, you don't understand it, you look Ross's review, Ross's reviews. If you don't have, you drop me a message in WhatsApp. There are links, English medium reviews for each past paper from 2010 or something, I guess. තියෙනවා ඒක. හරිද? I'll send you those links. මේ මොකද්ද? And Sinhala medium reviews are also there processes. So you go to that question, you look at the review, you go to the theory section, you study that theory, you come back and do the papers, right? Do as much. This one mistake which I did during my A levels. I didn't do much questions for physics. Physics වලට questions කරන්න පට්ට විදියට questions කරන්න. Find papers and like scroll through Telegram and find papers somehow, ask from your friends, buy books, and then do as much as questions possible. Like පුළුවන් තරම් questions කරන්න. Your brain should be like, built to do questions, right? ඒක අර හැදෙන්න ඕනේ. You have to do a lot of questions in order to get as much as marks. So when you do MCQs, the essay practice will also come to you. When you do a lot of MCQs from mechanics, our essay එක හිතන විදිය එනවා. Automatically it comes to you, right? Ideal study time, I told you, right? 12 hours. Can we follow this plan for all 3 subjects while having classes and exams and all? Yes, that's a good question. Can we do this? Can we do this? If you think you can't do it, I'll tell you something, right? There are 24 hours in the day. There are 24 hours in the day. You sleep for 6 hours, 18 hours remaining, right? 18 hours remaining. For one MCQ paper, there are 50 MCQs. So the allocated time is 2 hours to do MCQ paper. But we don't do all the 50 MCQs, we don't do any. So around it'll take 1 hour. Around 1 hour it'll take. Right? For reviewing purposes, looking into the theory sections and covering things, it'll take 3 hours. So every paper is 3 hours. Every paper is 3 hours. So this week you just have to give 3 hours to this one. And then structure essays, there are 3 weeks to do 20 structure essays. So 20 divided by 3, you will get around 6, right? So 6 structure essays you can do within this week. HRI chemistry වලට මේ ටික කරන්න තියෙන්නේ, right? Attend the classes and everything. So you have to do like that. අනිත් එක first structure essay and all easy නේ. Like 10 minutes and all you have to do. So that's why I have included 1 and 2 both together. So I know you can manage time. This is not a hard plan to do, not a hard plan to do. If you don't do something like this, it's hard to reach a score like a B and C if you find this hard, right? Yes, including class hours, 12 hours. Otherwise, you will have to have 30 hours per day. Right. So some say last 10 years past papers again and again better. Some say from 2000 to 2025 at least once enough. Mehema, if you're in a S or C level, last 10 is enough. If you're in a C or B level currently, and if you want to try a lot of questions because you have already seen these questions too much often, right? So you go for the previous years, 2000. Don't go behind 2000. 2000 ඉඳන් පල්ලයට ගන්න do from 2000 to below, right? 2000 වල කලින් questions some are outdated, right? Some people tell you do those things also, but outdated. May like only 4 months remaining, you don't do those things. You do those questions in theory classes during when you started A levels, not now. Now you don't do them, right? So if your teacher tells you to do it, then fine, you do it. Otherwise, තනියම කරන්න යන්න එපා. Don't do it alone. 1990s, 1980s, 1948 MCQs also doing. හරිද? මේ එච්චර කලින් කරන්න එපා. Like don't do them. 2000 onwards you can do if you're familiar with the questions. Okay, we have 10 minutes remaining. Is not sitting for Mora exams a bad decision? Sit for the Mora exam actually. You can go and sit for the Mora exam because that's the exam model thing that's going on, which is a little bit harder than A-level paper. So it's better to go and sit for the Mora paper too. Right. Do we have to do anything additionally to go for B or A? Yes, you do more work, I think. That's the thing. Is it okay if I efficiently work with one subject for whole day? One subject for whole day, it's not effective actually. The thing is, you do one subject per day and it becomes boring. Now it depends on person to person. Now I can't tell you like, For everyone, I can give the same plan, right? I can't give the same plan for everyone. For example, if I tell a snake to climb a tree, he will crawl and go, right? If I tell a monkey to climb a tree, he'll he'll jump and go, right? So there are different people, different ways. So you have to adjust to your own way. What I told is 2 subjects per day is fine for most students. Yes. You have to talk about biology and ethics, but these people are asking questions, okay? What's a Mora paper? Mora paper can Mora tour papers. They are like, I mean, it's like a separate exam which is held by the Mora tour. So it's like, they are having that exam nearing the A levels. So you can apply for that with a small fee something, and then they are giving you the 3 papers just like A levels, and then they are giving you some practice with that. So if you want, you can write that. Not a must. Right. Okay. Now let's go. Common let's go again. Let's say you got 80 marks for physics, 80 marks for bio, and 80 marks for chemistry. For each mark, you will get a Z score for that subject, depending on how others wrote the paper, depending on how everyone wrote the paper, and how you have written the paper, you will get a Z score for that subject, for that value which you have scored. For physics, let's say 80 marks, you got 2.4. 2.4 Z score you got. Biology, 80 marks, you get 2.2 Z score. Chemistry, 80 marks, you get 2.0 Z score. Right? So you add all 3 and you divide by 3. So your final Z score will be 2.2. That's how the Z score is calculated. Now, these values are changing from year to year. These are just average values, not equal. That depends on how hard is the paper, how students have written the paper, how much students have written the paper, and your score in the paper. Everything depends on those kind of details. So physics and all may... If the paper becomes hard and if you have scored 80 marks, then you will get a very high Z score. For example, in 2015, A percentage is 3%. Physics A percentage is 3%. That paper is so hard. That paper is so hard during the exam. May 3% only A percentage. And in that year, they gave the A from 69 actually. Normally 75. They gave the A from 69. 69 willing A dilat only 3% of A percentage. Let's say in 2015 you score 80 marks. You will have a nice Z score, right? You will have a very nice Z score from physics. So it depends, right? It depends. 2021 is the easiest physics paper, I think, right? Because of the COVID things and all. A percentage of 6 or 7% that year. So it depends, right? It depends on the year. It depends on the year, right? That's how it comes, right? Okay, right. Then, yeah, and one more thing. Why does chemistry have low Z score and physics high Z score? Because how students are scoring in these subjects. Chemistry, comparatively more than physics, chemistry paper can be guessed, right? I mean, for structure, this is same thing they are giving you. Organic essay question, conversion, very easy, right? If you know organic, you can score very easily, right? And first 2 units, these variations and everything, it's something is industrial question is there, you can memorize and write that. So the average is higher. The average is higher for chemistry. But for biology, the average is high, but the students who score 90s and 85s are very less. Essay the people who score large amounts are very less. So if you score like 80 marks, you will get a good set score. Physics is hard. Physics is hard. Physics, especially girls, they are struggling with physics. Again, not everyone, but majority. Boys are good with physics. Girls are good with biology. So that is going on. So because of that, physics has become the game changer for your Z score. So if you score well for physics, you might have a good Z score, right? You will have a good Z score. So 95 for physics can, I think, superior. මේක මෙහෙම අරන් chemistry වලට 30ක් විතර ගත්තොත් you can't go anywhere, but that's not the point. If you got 95 for physics and then let's say 80 marks for biology and let's say 80 marks for chemistry, your Z score will be around 2.4 something. හරිද? මේ වගේ එකක් එනවා. ඊට වඩා වැඩි වෙන්නත් you might get a rank, right? So that's how you score. Okay, that's it. Enough, ne? Right. So repeated questions again coming. Okay, then students, you can leave the meeting now. Revision students, I'll put the link now for the organic class. I will send the link to the group so you can join now. We'll start at around 7:45 the organic session. So thank you for joining. Hope you learned something new. Right, you can leave the meeting now.